Some viewers may find this disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey guys, it's Abby and welcome back to the Iceberg video, the Lost and Cancelled Video Games Iceberg Explained. Today, we are going to continue with the Shallow Waters. We got 6 games so far on the first layer, and now we are ready to go with the second layer, Shallow Waters. Let's go.
Mega Man Legends 3.
I know that
Mega Man
one.
Legends 3 was announced for the Nintendo 3DS
But actually,
on September 29th,
it was never
2010.
really put into development.
Mega Man designer Keiji Inafune
There was
asked
only
about a sequel to
a design for it, but like a demo, but not a demo, not a playable demo, but you know, an actual like a planning stage animation thing, but they didn't get past it, and so that's when they canceled it.
Legends 2, and expressed that he wanted to make that sequel but couldn't at the time.
Lucky Green Pen.
Details about the game were further revealed at the 2010 New York Comic Con.
Oh boy.
Capcom allowed fans to submit their designs for Mega Man and a new character, Arrow.
He looks pretty cool. Let me freeze frame on him after this ad. Just let me do a thing.
However,
new character,
allowed
Arrow.
fans to submit their designs for Mega Man and a new character, Arrow.
Arrow looks freaking awesome. He looks like a mix of Zero and Proto Man and Metal Man. I really suck at Mega Man, but I am totally okay with this design. Sad that it got canceled.
However, Inafune would beat Capcom, causing them to lose access to the Mega Man IP. Despite his absence, they decided to continue development. Capcom announced Mega Man Legends 3 prototype version as a prelude to the main game, with Barrett as the main character.
Oh wait, it did have a playable demo.
On July 18th, 2011, Capcom canceled both Mega Man Legends 3 and the prototype version. The only person outside of Capcom who got to play both of the games was Chris Hoffman, a Nintendo Power journalist.
This video.
According to Capcom UK's Twitter, the game was canceled because the fans were not involved enough.
Because it's more
They
than
would later apologize and clarify that the lack of interaction with the development rooms was the cause of cancellation.
Oh, really?
Inafune was disappointed with the cancellation
and then ended up creating one of the worst games of the 2010s.
Capcom would refuse his offer. As of now, neither game has gotten leaked online and remains in Capcom's archive. South Park GTA clone.
No, that one. That's 2.
In 2005, Ubisoft and Buzz
And
Monkey
I really
Software
wanted
began
this
developing
thing to come to fruition when I first watched South Park. I was like, way after the whole thing got canceled, so I was like, come on, why can't this, you know, be a real game? And then I saw Stick of Truth and the Fractured But Whole. I know the joke, but I saw those games on like YouTube and stuff, and I thought I should play this, but I do not have a PS4 or an Xbox, and they're not available on the Switch.
Open world South Park games for the PlayStation 2, Nintendo GameCube, and Xbox.
Of course.
Buzz Monkey Software wanted to recreate the entire town of South Park and have all 4 boys become playable characters.
That looks kind of weird with the
to
black
Grand
square
Theft Auto,
under.
the player stealing vehicles,
That
fighting
background
pedestrians,
kind of looks kind of unfinished.
and roaming the town. The story would progress through linear missions that involve combat and puzzle solving. Buzz Monkey also proposed a split-screen multiplayer mode where players would either race or fight each other. The game was cancelled for seemingly unknown reasons. However, former developers speculate that one of the game's producers, who acted rudely and unprofessionally...
Well, I mean, it should have not gotten ported to the GameCube because the GameCube already had too many kid-friendly games like Mario Sunshine and Pikmin. So, lots of Nintendo stuff. And I don't think a South Park game would have fit on the GameCube. Or any other Nintendo console, to be fair.
A potential reason. Others claim that the game's schedule was tight, and the team's inexperience with creating a AAA title caused issues. On September 27th, 2015, YouTube channel Happy Console Gamer discovered a prototype of a debugged Xbox console that had demos such as the combat test room and unfinished story missions.
Okay.
A cutscene of Cartman inside a mental hospital has also surfaced on the internet. Besides the Xbox build and leaked cuts,
if South Park was actually in 3D, I would have like quit the show one season in.
No other builds were ever found. DSIware.
Never heard of this one.
refers to any games and software purchased through the DSi shop.
Oh,
in its 8-year
it's a lost
existence,
game,
there
not
have
a
been about
canceled
500
game.
games made for the DSi shop.
Well,
on April
it's like
1st,
WiiWare,
2017,
right? I've
Nintendo
never
decided to
actually
shut
heard
down the
this one
DSi shop
before.
with the ability to re-download games
I'm just
being
gonna
removed at
include
a
a
later
half of
date.
it.
The users' DSi games were transferred to a 3DS if they had one, and most of the DSiware became
I'm just
available
gonna
on
include a
Nintendo
half.
eShop.
like this.
However, in January 2021, Nintendo removed hundreds of DSIware games off the Nintendo eShop. The removal of these games came unannounced, and fans began to worry that Nintendo would close down the 3DS shop. After a few days, the DSIware returned to the eShop, leading to users to believe that it was merely a mistake. Some games didn't return to the marketplace, such as Word Searcher 3 and Digger, Dan, and Kaboom.
Never heard of that
At the
one.
time of writing, the Nintendo eShop for 3DS is still active, even though the 3DS itself has been discontinued.
Next.
Assassin's Creed DS.
Okay, never
Although
heard of
there are
that
two
one.
Assassin's Creed games
I
released on
didn't even
the
know
Nintendo
there was going to
DS.
be an Assassin's Creed
This
for the
entry
DS.
could be
I knew
about
there was going to
Assassin's
be one
Creed
for the
Lost
3DS,
Legacy.
but
It was a
I knew there was going to be one for the 3DS.
3DS game that was first announced during Ubisoft's E3 2010 press
Oh, exactly. They're talking about the 3DS version, but not
conference.
the DS version.
Many fans have noted that the proposed plot is similar to Assassin's Creed Revelations,
Okay,
implying that
that
Ubisoft
should have been
retreated
like...
Lost Legacy into a
Okay,
main
I'm hypothesizing that the DS game got repackaged into Revelations.
series entry. Revelations writer Darby McDivitt confirms this idea while talking about the canceled game to Joystick. You may have heard of the game Lost Legacy for the 3DS. It
Oh,
was announced, but that kind of morphed into
oh
this
really?
idea of being
So my
Revelations.
hypothesis was right, I
The
guess.
story that was announced about Lost Legacy was that Ezio would go to Masyaf and investigate the Holy Land. There were no leaked screenshots
Wait,
or videos
wasn't that
of the
the
3DS
first game
with the
with the
logo being the
biblical
only
thing?
piece of media left. Prey 2.
I
In
know that one.
2006, 3D Realm CEO Scott Miller announced that Prey 2 had started development. However, in 2009, 3D Realms transferred the Prey trademark to ZeniMax Media,
Well, I
the
never
parent
actually
company to
played
Bethesda.
Prey 1, but
At
I
this
hear it's a
point, the
really
game was still a
underrated
first-person
game.
shooter accompanied by Portal and Gravity mechanics.
And this
Bethesda
game's
would then
canceled.
re-announce the game in 2011,
Bethesda?
revealing a
Well,
new main
I
character and an
understand
emphasis
because
on an open
it's a
world.
really hardcore game for a
Meanwhile,
hardcore
Human Head
market.
Studios, the developer of the first Prey, would continue to work on Prey 2. Near the end of 2011,
Uh-oh.
tensions began to rise within Prey 2. Human Head Studios would quietly cease development due to unstated reasons. Because these reasons were not public, and the lack of
Tensions
news
are high.
from Bethesda or Human Head,
Can I say?
most
Tensions are
people
high.
considered Prey 2 in development hell. Project lead Jason Blair made a tweet that could hint to the type of environment Human Head had to endure. What happened to Prey 2, from where I sat, was political and petty, and potentially litigable. Human Head had a great game.
I don't even know what
IGN
litigable
also speculated
means.
that Human Head and Bethesda were not on good terms. The publisher pushed for stricter
Don't
milestones and
call
wanted
me
to
an
buy out
idiot in the comments if I don't know what a word means. Don't dislike the video. Just if you have mixed feelings about the video, just don't interact with it at all, okay?
the studio. In 2013, it had been reported that Arcane Studio took over development. Internal emails were leaked, stating that Arcane would scrap all of Human Head's work and would mold the game into a spiritual successor to System Shock. In 2014, Bethesda officially cancelled Prey 2 at PAX Australia.
Oh boy.
In 2016, Bethesda announced a reboot of Prey, developed by Arcane.
Okay,
The reboot would
that's
not
gonna
use
be
any
canceled,
assets from the
right?
cancelled sequel, and is related to the original game only by name.
Okay.
Fallout VanBuren.
I've
VanBuren
never
is
heard of
the
this
code
one.
name for Fallout 3, developed by Black Isle
I know who
Studios,
Van
creators
Buren
of
is.
Fallout.
Van Buren is one of the U.S. presidents of the past. Wasn't it the 8th president? 10th president. I know Polk was the 11th, and Van Buren ran before Polk, so...
Fallout and
Let's
Fallout
go.
2. The studio began their third attempt
Van
at Fallout
Buren.
3 after they cancelled Baldur's Gate 3, The Black Hound. Interplay
I think
Entertainment,
he's either
Black
the
Isle's
8th or
parent
the 10th.
company,
I gotta
created a team to develop
look this
Fallout
up.
Brotherhood of Steel,
In a
who met
sec.
with Black Isle Studios to plan out both games. As time went
Brotherhood
on,
of
more and more
Steel.
developers began
That's a
leaving
pretty,
Black
that's a
Isle
pretty
because of Interplay's
average
financial
name for a
problems.
Fallout game.
On December 8th, 2003, the game was officially cancelled after Interplay filed for bankruptcy.
Jeez.
The Van Buren build of Fallout 3 was nearly complete at the time of its cancellation.
Okay.
Black Isle Studios had its members split up to work on
Is this
other
Fallout
projects
3?
such as Fallout Brotherhood of Steel 2, another cancelled Fallout game. Bethesda Softworks bought the rights to Fallout and began developing their own Fallout 3 from scratch as they created a
Okay.
first-person action role-playing game with a completely
And I
new
hear
plot.
that turned out to
In
be better than
2007,
the
a
originals.
tech demo and a design document of Van Buren was leaked into the internet. In 2010, several members of Black Isle Studios would form Obsidian Entertainment
I thought he
and
said
develop
Black
Fallout
Ops
New Vegas with
Studios.
Bethesda.
And I would
Some
be like,
elements
that's a
from Van
different
Buren
franchise,
were used in New
dude.
Vegas,
But then I know
such
it's
as the Hoover
Black
Dam
Out
and the New
Studios, and
California
I'm
Republic.
totally okay with that.
Final Fantasy 64.
I don't know that
Final
one.
Fantasy VI, the interactive CG game, also known as Final Fantasy 64, was a demo created by Squaresoft in 1995
Now known as Square
to begin their
Enix.
transition into 3D graphics. Knowledge of the demo came to light in a 1995 issue of Game Fan magazine, where they claimed the next Final Fantasy game would be on the Nintendo 64.
But then they got
Of course,
bored.
this
Then
would
it
be
got
proven
ended up
false
on the
when Final Fantasy
PlayStation.
VII was released on the PlayStation. Squaresoft decided to use Sony's platform because they grew frustrated with the N64 cartridge memory limitation and Nintendo's strict policies. The demo was first shown at SIGGRAPH 95,
What is
featuring
that?
Terra, Locke, and Shadow fighting against the Stone Golem in a new battle system. The game was running on the Silicon
That
Graphics
golem looks
Honors,
awesome.
a dev kit for the N64, and used a mouse cursor to draw various
Well, it looks
shapes
like
that
something out of
corresponded
brick.
with different actions. The SIGGRAPH presentation was also found on the Final Fantasy VII demo disc and has been released online. However, the demo itself has not been found and is still sought after by the Final Fantasy community.
Okay.
Steampunk Batman.
Isn't this Gotham by
Gotham by
Gaslight?
Gaslight is a Batman
Yeah,
comic
exactly.
by Brian
That was
Augustine
4
and
games
Mike
that I-
Mignola,
4
which
and a half,
revolves around an
technically.
18th century version of Batman who hunts down Jack the Ripper. A game based on Gotham by Gaslight was planned by Day One Studios as they created an early prototype. However, publisher THQ failed to secure the rights to the comic and canceled the game. Artist Julie Farrell released several pieces of concept art on her blog,
Wasn't there
showing
a
off the gothic
comic?
steampunk aesthetic. It included menu screens and logos for the game.
Looks awesome,
YouTube
but
channel
too bad
Res
it got
Noir
canceled.
uploaded a video of prototype gameplay. It shows an early rendition of Batman as he walks around the streets of 19th century Gotham. Most viewers were impressed with the demo.
Isn't this
and
game with the
concept art
villain
as it
Jack the
provided
Ripper?
an interesting
Isn't Jack the
interpretation
Ripper the
of
villain
Batman.
of this prototype? Add. Hold on. 3 ads, technically. I gotta mute them. So far, we got 6 in the first and 4.5 in the second video. In this video, technically. So, we got 10.5 games that we know of. So, yeah.
Pokemon Green, English port.
I
Pocket
didn't
Monsters Green
know.
is one of the
Okay,
first
this will be
generation
another
Pokemon
half.
games that was not released outside of
Because
Japan.
I knew
In the
about
West,
Pokemon
Nintendo released
Green, but I didn't
Pokemon
know
Red
there
and
was going to be
Blue,
an English
as Green
translation.
had updated features that Green didn't have.
So it's another half.
Some of these changes include tweaked dialogue, improved sound, updated sprites, and overworld changes. In 2004, Pokemon Red and Blue were remade into Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green on the Game Boy Advanced.
Yeah, I know that.
Pokemon Blue's remake retained its Japanese name of Green because director Junichi Matsuda elaborated that the leaf represented a peaceful symbol in water conflicted with fire.
Oh boy.
Even with the remake, fans strive to have English translations of the original Game Boy ROM. There are numerous attempts to translate Pokemon Green with varying degrees of quality. As of now, no plans to create an official translation for the Game Boy have ever been found.
that quality is so awful.
Dragon Ball Z VRS.
Oh, I don't
Dragon
know
Ball
this
Z
one, and I'm
VRS
a
was a
big
19
Dragon Ball fan if you saw the early days of my channel, and I recommend you do not go to the early days of my channel because I was a massive Dragon Ball weeb.
1994 arcade game developed by Banpresto. It utilized motion sensors so the player could
Looks
use
good.
their body to move their character. The game was
That would
initially
be
planned to have a
Dragon
3DO
Ball Z
port,
Connect
but was
now.
cancelled due to the 3DO's poor sales. According to a French magazine, the game would have been renamed to either Dragon Ball Z Cell de Gokeki Da or Dragon Ball Z The Confrontation in I Cell in 3DO. The 3DO would have replaced the final boss, Ozato, with Cell. The game was first shown at a Japanese convention in 1994 and was written about in Weekly Shonen Jump number 11.
By the way,
Dragon Ball Z, The Confrontation
on.
in I Cell with Cell. The
Wait.
The 3DO would have replaced the final boss,
That guy looks like a member of the Frieza clan mixed with Cell and Janemba, but I don't think he looks very good. He looks kind of dorky.
users playing the 3DO port,
Kinda
and in-game
doofy.
screenshots were found online. There haven't been any leaked builds available for download, however.
Okay.
Donkey Kong Racing.
I know this
Donkey
one.
Kong Racing was a planned sequel to Diddy Kong Racing, first announced at E3 2001.
That's
The
6.
E3 trailer that accompanied the announcement
By the way,
would
those
become the
halves
only piece of
continued
media
into
known
1,
from the game.
so now I have 6
Coverage of the game declined
games.
as developer
I have
Rare only
5
showcased
games,
Star
and
Fox
including
Adventures
Donkey
at
Kong
E3
Racing, that'll be
2002.
6.
In
Just like the last
2002,
video.
Microsoft bought out Rare for $375 million, ending any chances of Donkey Kong Racing from ever being finished. Star Fox Adventures would become Rare's last Nintendo game, and any other titles in development will be made for Xbox.
Wasn't this remade
Because
into a
Donkey Kong is a Nintendo
promo
IP,
video?
the game was
with-
reworked into Saberman Stampede,
Oh,
An
Yeah,
IP
I
from
was just about to
Ultimate Play the
mention
Game, the
Saberman.
previous studio Tim and Chris Stamper created before founding Rare. Saberman Stampede was cancelled in 2005 due to a lack of game development.
Okay, the next video we will continue with the Iceberg. So that will be 6 from the last video and 6 from this video. That would be 12 in total games that I have heard of. Take care. Bye.